This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
Right now, a gunman is on the loose after police say he shot a man and then took off. This is on the city's south side. It happened at about 2:30 this morning on Richmond Park Drive. That's near Beaches and Hodges. JSO says the suspect was last seen headed northbound on Hodges Boulevard. There's no suspect description at this time, but the victim, we know, is expected to survive. And in other news on this Friday morning, 4 little words causing a big controversy this morning. In God we trust. A new law says that motto must be visible in every Florida school, and that has some people pretty upset. We're going to have more on that just ahead.
And Abrion Price now sitting in the Duval County Jail. He is the 3rd person arrested in connection with the death of young 7-year-old Haiti Villanueva. He was caught last night, booked early this morning in an interesting way. We'll talk about that coming up in your Power Block of News.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
Oh, yes. This is the way you want to start our Friday. We got Pet Friendly Friday. Otis. All right. Yes. A big Otis ready for his walk, and we're going to have a great weekend to get all those dog walks in. We're talking about the driest part of the week and good timing. And it includes Brunswick High School, our school of the day. Nice at the bus stop, 76 to start. And notice sea breezes and sunshine to enjoy with a temperature of 88. No rain in the forecast. I think today the rain more of a miss, but we'll see some isolated storms inland west of Phillips Highway for Duval County. So right around the Avenues Mall between 2 and 4, just a 40% chance. There's our bigger story, a high of 91, a heat index of 100 to 105. Saturday, drier air builds in with some Saharan dust. We've been talking about that. So look for gorgeous sunrises and sunsets. Low rain chances. Could see a north side, real quick isolated shower. 4 to 6 o'clock on Saturday. Sunday, maybe a lone shower on the south side. Otherwise, getting ready for a wonderful weekend. So it's a green light go this morning. Sunrise 6:55. Send in that postcard pic. And then a pop-up storm right around 2 o'clock with that high of 92. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great start to your morning. Now, we do have our first crash of the morning. This is on 295 on the southbound side near 103rd. You can see one lane here is blocked. You've got 2 officers there on scene, so a little slow here as you do pass on by. And remember, that move over law, you either slow down at 25 miles per hour under the posted speed limit, or you move over a lane when you are passing an officer there on the side of the road with his lights on. You can see a bit of a delay there passing 103rd because that one lane is blocked on the southbound side of 295. So just keep that in mind if you're traveling kind of through the west side of town. Traveling through Clay County, still no reports of any problems there along Blanding or along US 17. Things there actually look pretty nice. Even through St. Johns County, even though it's picking up on 95 northbound, you definitely have a steady stream of traffic on the northbound side. Things are moving along 95 and along US 1. Anything else rolls in, I'll let you know.
Mike K may have a beard, but I've got my coffee and I got it black. It's ready to go, pepping me up. So there, how about that? Jags are in Minnesota right now. They are doing some practicing with the Vikings, and then it's all going to culminate with a rigorous preseason game Saturday at 1. So there's that. But you did say, as I'm roasting the time of that, it's a nationally televised game, correct?
Correct.
So the Jags
actually, yes. So it'll be on NFL Network,
sure.
but since it's a local, NFL Network will be blacked out. But the good news is, if you've got some friends in Idaho that want to watch the Jaguars, there you go.
And we all do. All right, let's
Yes.
talk quarterback play, because Blake Bortles, he was tested just a bit in 7-on-7, 11v11 type things against the Vikings. What happened?
Yeah, the accuracy wasn't there like it had been throughout training camp. He's coming off the best training camp of his career. And the first sign of panic against a Vikings defense was pretty abrupt. He was throwing for less than 50%, completing less than 50% of his passes, so that's a bit of a concern.
It's practice. And you know what? The Vikings have a really good defense, too. You know, the Jags, up there, #1 rated in a lot of things. The Vikings aren't too shabby. Granted, they made their NFC championship game as well and lost, just like the Jags on the AFC side of things. Running backs will be a safety valve for Blake. A lot of running, whether it's Blake doing the running like he scored a touchdown against the Saints right there, Leonard Fournette, a bunch of dudes there on that depth chart. What's the running game looking like?
Well, you talked about being at the top of a lot of categories. The Jaguars last year were at the top of the running yards total. So when you look at what they're able to do on the ground, I think Blake's going to have a lot of assistance via Leonard Fournette, via TJ Yeldon, Corey Grant. They wanted to use Corey Grant in a bigger role. And I think it won't just be as a runner, but as a receiver as well.
Well, we saw him do that in the game against the Patriots. I mean, really, that AFC Championship game, he kind of came out of his shell as a receiver out of the backfield, and then somehow in the second half, it disappeared. My, what could have happened. Let's talk about the Jags offense versus that unit versus defense right now. Who's showing out? Who's showing up?
Well, the Vikings defense is very similar to the Jags in that they're stacked at every position on the defense. You look at Harrison Smith, who's an all-pro. He's a safety. You look at Xavier Rhodes, who's built a lot like Jalen Ramsey at cornerback. And then you've got that awesome front seven. So I think the Jaguars are going to be tested throughout the first half when the starters are playing. I think the guy to watch is D.D. Westbrook because he's going to probably end up going up against Xavier Rhodes quite a bit.
Mike_E_K is his Twitter account. It's a great thing to follow. Have you been blocked by Jalen yet?
I have.
Hey!
You're next on the list, I'm sure.
I have not been blocked, so how about that? If you want to see his tweets, I'll screen grab them for you, and I'll send them to you and everyone else who's been a part of the block party. Thanks, Mike. It's been fun. Yeah, I do.
Thanks, guys. 36 minutes past the hour. So we are seeing a lot of political ads, but are they true? We're going straight to the source. We're going to talk to those running for office directly to get you answers. That is just ahead right here on Good Morning Jacksonville. And here's what's coming up tonight on ABC 25. We Day is new at 8. Then What Would You Do? That's new at 9, followed by 2020. And be sure to stay with us for your late local headlines. First Coast News at 11.
Hey, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Ready for a Saharan sunrise? We're
Always.
talking about that dust.
Ooh, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it suppresses hurricane development and rain. So today, it's
Team
going to be
Saharan
gorgeous.
dust.
Let's do it. All right, we got the sunrise, Jacksonville Beach. Beautiful at the bus stop. Mid to upper 70s. We're fired up about our Friday. You can see why. Boy, love to live here. And we're lucky to live here. That's the key. We take a look at the big picture today. Sea breeze moves in. Maybe an isolated shower along that sea breeze front around 2 o'clock. But for tonight, yes, most of that activity is inland. Lake City to Waycross would be the storm zone today. Otherwise, enjoy the sunshine. Find your cool spot, low to mid 90s. And tonight, we've got Pedro Menendez at Creekside. That's right. Looking great on the gridiron. 82 degrees out of Creekside. I'm ready for football. Kids.
Nice. I love it. All right. Thank you so much, Mike. So let's take a look out here again towards 295 southbound near 103rd. So it looks like you've got another officer arriving on scene here. And now it's just that shoulder there that is blocked. But just be careful when you are passing those officers there that are in the shoulder area. Again, that's 295 southbound near 103rd. Also, we got a report of a ladder in the right lane of the Buckman Bridge southbound. So no reports of any accidents because of it. But y'all, if you're transporting something, please make sure that it is strapped down properly. I don't know what it is about the Buckman, but there are ladders, mattresses, garbage cans.
I have.
People are just losing all kinds of stuff on the Buckman Bridge. I don't know why.
Strap it down.
I've been a victim of the mattress, seriously, on the Buckman. 6:41 right now. A Democrat running to be Florida's next governor says he is the only candidate in America to stand up to President Trump in his own dining room. There's the qualifier, the own dining room thing, talking about Jeff Green. But is it true? So we verified those claims, and you can see that right now on firstcoastnews.com. And we actually spoke directly to Green about his relationship with President Donald Trump, since it is becoming a focus of late push primary political ads and their neighbors in West Palm. On our new show called Open Tab, I took Green to kickbacks in Riverside to get both sides of the Trump issue. Donald Trump, immediate reaction when I say that name.
Horrible human being.
But this is something I'm going to do with that. This isn't just you, but every single Democrat that I'm speaking with, and I think everybody has pretty much agreed to be on the show with me. Donald Trump, tell me something you like about the man. Can you give me something positive about Donald Trump?
Well,
Stumped for at least a few seconds. We asked that question to all the Democrats we spoke with who are running for governor, and we got thoughts with Republican candidate Adam Putnam as well. Our half-hour discussions over a meal, and heck, I'm having a beer because sometimes you gotta wash down some of this stuff. Woo! Open Tab exclusively on the First Coast News YouTube page. It's coming soon because so are the primaries, August 28th.
All right, folks, 42 minutes past the hour. So coming up right here in your power block of nonstop news, we're going to have more on a new law to display a certain phrase in schools across Florida. A lot of you are talking about this one.
And we are looking into exclusive new interrogation video. It's over a decade old, but it is brand new, just ahead of a trial for Russell Tillis. He is in jail right now facing murder charges. That story is next.
It's time now for your power block of nonstop news.
Good Friday morning to you, and we begin with a very important health alert this morning. A measles outbreak across our country has many parents concerned, and now we're learning there is a case right here in Duval County. There are at least 107 other cases in the state of Florida, in 7 other states as well. Symptoms included eyes, cough, red eyes, cough, runny nose, and fever. The virus highly contagious, so once again, doctors urge everyone to get vaccinated. Measles. Wow. All right. An exclusive new video shows the man behind the so-called House of Horrors now.
Yeah, these newly released police interviews that you'll see only on First Coast News. More on that coming up with Shelby Danielson in a live report that's just ahead. And right now, the third and final suspect wanted in connection with the murder of a 7-year-old girl is awaiting his first court appearance. We're talking about 21-year-old Adrian Price. Now, he was booked into Duval County Jail while you were sleeping overnight. And First Coast News' Lindsay Boat, she is live with the details of exactly how he was caught, which is pretty interesting. Lindsay.
Yeah, good morning, Keitha. He was booked in the Duval County Jail at 1:20 this morning, and it was a Zone 5 officer, so the northwest portion of Jacksonville where this all happened, that was following behind a vehicle that had a busted out tail light. And when they went to pull over that vehicle, they found that Adrian Price was inside. They stopped the car, he got out, he started to run, and then a canine actually tracked him down, and then he was arrested and booked into jail. Now, this is all in connection with the death of 7-year-old Haiti Villanueva. This happened over the weekend. She was caught in the crossfire. A bullet hit her, and this whole thing, again, happened over the weekend. Monday, though, 2 other people in connection with this were arrested, Stanley Harris and Trevante Phoenix, and JSO. Sheriff Mike Williams, the mayor, Lenny Curry, and also the state attorney said that we will find Price and we will arrest him, which is what they did. And now, excuse me, Price is being charged with felony murder because he was committing a crime while this all happened, even though he didn't fire the gun that fired the gun that killed young Haiti. Now, he's also being charged with possession of a weapon by a felon. He was convicted on cocaine charges a few years ago. Reporting live downtown this morning, Lindsay Boach, First Coast News on your side.
Good morning, I'm Shelby Danielson. I'm looking into some exclusive new interrogation video that we've obtained showing Russell Tillis, the man who is in jail right now for a murder charge, being questioned by detectives. Now, this is more than a decade old, but again, this is new and this could possibly be used against him in his upcoming trial. There is a sketch that is from more than a decade old that the victim originally used to describe to police. That's the sketch that they came up with. So it doesn't exactly look like Tillis, but then FDLE connected some tissues that were found at the crime scene of this reported rape, and on those tissues they found DNA evidence linking it to Russell Tillis. And now this is interrogation video showing them questioning him about that. He denies doing anything, but this victim says that she was forced into his truck. She says that he punched her in the face and then he assaulted her.
And the age of the victim, the alleged victim? She's minor. Nowhere near the legal age for you.
The state attorney's office has alerted Tillis's defense team, telling them that they may be using this new video in the trial. We know we're just about a week away from the next pretrial hearing, and in November, jury selection is expected to begin. Live downtown, Shelby Danielson, First Coast News on your side.
Thanks for that, Shelby. 49 minutes past the hour. Jury deliberations will continue today in the trial for Paul Manafort. The president's one-time campaign manager could face the rest of his life behind bars for crimes allegedly committed before he joined the Trump team. The jury will decide if Manafort is guilty of 18 counts of bank and tax fraud. Well, President Trump's military parade has been postponed. The Pentagon says the Veterans Day parade ordered by President Trump won't happen until 2019. The Pentagon had originally targeted November 10th of 2018. The parade is expected to cost $92 million. Well, the Packers and the Steelers played a preseason game yesterday, and before the game, the two sides kind of sort of came together till death do we part. Here's why. The Packers fan and a Steelers fan, they got married right there at Lambeau Field. The couple from Milwaukee has been together for almost 9 years. Their respective teams do not play each other in the regular season. There's some good news. We now pronounce you husband and wife and NFL super fans.
All right, what happens if they play in the Super Bowl? That should be interesting. We take a look at our Super Bowl forecast. It's Friday and the weekend, and we've got Saharan dust sunrise out there. Snap those pictures, send them in, and it's a big day at Jacksonville Beach. We've got the North Beaches Art Walk, and in fact, we're talking about a nice breeze today, totally dry, and make sure you buy that Buddy Bra, and the table's right near Sliders at the Oyster Bar. All right, we take a look at our precision forecast today. If we do see the rain, not at the beaches, Phillips Highway West, the Avenues Mall with the best chance of that shower between 2 and 4. Otherwise dry. North side could see a shower Saturday, the south side on Sunday, but look at those low rain chances, just 30%. Bigger story, the heat, 93, feeling like 105. Today in St. Johns County, Michaelers looks dry. Just inland as that sea breeze moves in. Could see a quick shower at the Outlet Mall right around 1 o'clock, but just a 40% chance. And then notice hot Saturday. I think it stays, yes, very hot to the tune of 105 heat index. A good place to be would be the pool or the beach. St. John's on Sunday, though, could see a quick late day shower between 4 and 5 o'clock. We take a look at Clay and Putnam County. No exception to the rule. We're talking about more heat than rain this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Could see a shower late Sunday at Oakleaf. And then up into Nassau, Camden, and Glenn County, Woodbine, you're the area that could see the shower today. Brunswick on Saturday by late day, and just plain hot by Sunday. In fact, in that 7-day forecast, we don't see those rain chances increase again appreciably until later next week. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries, ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's your Power Block of Traffic. Let's get you guys out the door. So we're taking a live look towards 295 here and just past 130. Still have an officer there on scene. It looks like you got some people outside of their vehicles. So please be very, very careful. Remember that move over law whenever you're passing an officer there on the side of the roadway. Again, that's 295 southbound near 103rd, but at least that congestion should start getting a little bit better because I'm not seeing as much of a slowdown as people pass by. Buckman Bridge, looks like whoever dropped that ladder in the lane has since picked it up. It's not a problem anymore if you're traveling across the Buckman at this point. Elsewhere around your roadways, if you're going past NAS Jacksonville, it is starting to get heavy on that southbound side of 17, so do keep that in mind if you're headed towards the base. Also, I-10, you've got that bottleneck forming here between 295 and downtown, so definitely starting to pick up around the Jacksonville area. Of course, I-95 through St. Johns County, it's definitely getting heavier, but I'm not seeing any big slowdowns on 95 or along US 1 in St. Johns County, but it will get more congested the closer you get towards downtown.
All right, thanks for that, Katie. 52 minutes past the hour. Here's your GMJ on the go. Right now, a gunman is on the loose after police say he shot a man and then took off. This is on the city's south side. It happened at about 2:30 this morning, specifically on Richmond Park Drive near Beaches and Hodges. JSO says the suspect was last seen headed northbound on Hodges Boulevard in a motorcycle. There's no suspect description at this time, but the victim we know is expected to survive.
More than 5,000 people have signed a petition against the state's new In God We Trust law. The law states that all public schools must display In God We Trust somewhere prominently inside the school. People behind the Care To petition call the law ridiculous and unnecessary and a way to indoctrinate students. All right, parents in Union County, we've got some information for you today. All schools will participate in a lockdown drill. Again, Union County. These lockdowns will start at 8:30 for Lake Butler Elementary School, 9:30 for Union County High School, and 10:30 for Lake Butler Middle School. By law, all schools must have a lockdown or practice drill during the first week of school and then regularly thereafter.
All right, folks, we're now just 11 days away from the primary elections, and so far, Duval County Supervisor of Elections estimates that they've received about 11,000 write-in ballots. One viewer actually reached out to us saying that he's having issues with his write-in ballot. He says he's at home most days recovering from surgery and needs his write-in ballot. But officials want to remind you to sign up every 4 years to receive an absentee ballot. He says they should have made that more clear.
If you're expecting that to tell people that they've got to sign up every 2 years, then put it on there in big red letters maybe.
Okay, so we reached out to the Duval County Supervisor of Elections, and they say that they do not formally send out notices that you may have to sign back up, but you can find all of the voting information you'll need on their website. Again, that's the Duval County Supervisor of Elections.
Governor Rick Scott's going to be back on the First Coast today talking about the economy. And here's a visit from Yulee on Tuesday. The governor plans to announce July's employment numbers at Solar Stick and St. Augustine's, happening at 10 o'clock this morning. Well, St. Augustine City Commission officially approved the demolition of a building on Avalese, which came down more than a week ago, by the way. The committee needed an official vote on record, although the building had already been destroyed. Now most of the neighboring merchants really want that new building to go ahead and get started.
I like to see it speeded up. I mean, there's nothing wonderful about a construction site. I say put a wooden fence up there, put a lot of information on what's going on. If they have to do an archaeological site, good, but get it done.
Telling you, all right, the owners plan to build a new building there, make it into a cafe with retail space. The proposed plans here in these artist renderings look a whole lot like the building before, the one that was demolished.
Happy Friday. There are so many things happening on the First Coast this weekend, and if you're looking for something to do, I've got you covered with the top 5 weekend events. Let's check them out. In spot number 5, For the Fallen Dreams is celebrating 10 years over at 1904 Music Hall. That's tomorrow at 6:30. In your number 4 spot, the indoor-outdoor daytime event brunches tomorrow at 5. In the number 3 spot, Humphreys McGee tomorrow at 6, and that's going to be happening over at the St. Augustine Amphitheater. In the number 2 spot, Jason Mraz is coming right here to Jacksonville over at Daly's Place. That'll be tonight at 8, and get ready to sing those classic hits. Now, your top weekend event, everybody seems to be buzzing with excitement because Bee Friends Farm is celebrating National Honeybee Day with its own Honeybee Festival. This is a free event with lots of activities happening tomorrow from 10 to 7 over at the Jacksonville Fairgrounds. And here's the buzz. There will be a few educational speakers, over 40 local artisans, and much more. Now, hey, you've worked hard this week, so get out there and enjoy the weekend.
All right, Mike, last look at the forecast before we go to the Honeybee Festival.
Well, that's a beautiful shot there.
Super Saharan sunrise out there. A great day. In fact, as we head through the weekend, low rain chances, lots of heat, looking pretty good. Yeah, and the tropics remain quiet for the next 7 to 10 days. Not expecting a Florence anytime soon.
Here's a beautiful look towards I-10 near US 17. You can see that traffic moving. It is definitely heavier on that eastbound side, but it's moving at least.
At least it's moving. We made it a Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of moving, yeah, the weekend's finally here. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Be safe.